Well, here's that Last King shirt that some of you hate so much, and since this is my list of the worst projects from 2015, why not wear a Tyga shirt? And if some of you are wondering why I wear this shirt, even though I don't like Tyga's music at all I can say is my wife found this shit for $10 in a bargain bin, and I do not throw out t-shirts, god damn it. What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I have for you boys and girls today is the worst of hip-hop from 2015, my top 10 or bottom 10 list. Now if you see an album or mixtape or project on here that you like, you don't gotta get in your feelings about it, man. We all have different opinions, but make sure you hit me up in the comment section with what you didn't like in 2015, because just like we had a great year and a lot of great projects, there is also some bullshit that came out as well. And starting my list off at number 10 is G-Eazy's album, When It's Dark Out. Now as I came to find out, G-Eazy has a lot of fans because they were ripping my review to shreds. But honestly, man, I think this was one of the most boring, generic projects that I've heard in my lifetime. There's just nothing here that's overly fascinating. Even though he does come through with a little bit of his life story, it's not enough to make it interesting. And the fact that he said he's the coldest white rapper in the game since Eminem, that is frankly just some bullshit, and it's not true. Now, number 9 on my list is Young Thug's Barter 6, and I get it, man. Young Thug is one of the most polarizing artists in hip-hop right now. Some people love him, some people hate him. But for me, this album was just like an hour long of wailing, screaming, and crooning about dumb shit. So I could not get into it, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. I like some of the songs that I heard on Slime Season, so I can kind of understand why people like Young Thug, but I can definitely understand why people hate Young Thug too. Coming in at number 8 on my list is DJ Khaled's album, I Changed a Lot. I just don't know how he managed to get some of the best, biggest names in hip-hop, from producers to rappers, singers, etc., and then come through with this bullshit, man. He should get a medal for doing that. But hey, at least he's coming through with the inspiration, and his Snapchat is popping. Dropping in at number 7 on the list is Tyga's Gold album. Now this one was just a little bit better than his mixtape, but honestly, I don't really remember shit about this album, and I think that right there tells you how bad it is. I can't think of anything from this that was memorable. Kid Ink's Full Speed comes in at number 6, and this one was just tedious, everything about it. The production was very similar all the way throughout, and there's nothing original here with the rapping. It was not engaging. This was just a complete creative lull, and I don't know why people like this shit so much. Well, actually I do, because it is just a string of radio hits, some upbeat party shit, but there was just no originality here, man. He is basically just a fusion result of Tyga and Chris Brown, and that shit is not good. In the middle of the pack, at number 5, is Troy Ave's album, Major Without a Deal. Now just like with all of these projects, you might be able to find a decent song or two if you go through the track list, but there was some horrible shit on this, man. That song Young King was just brutal, where he was singing in that crackly voice all over it, and then he had a song on there called Doo Doo, which is a serious contender for the worst song of 2015, and the title actually kind of sums up this whole album, which is too bad, because I thought New York City, the album, was fire, but this shit right here, nah. Coming in at number 4 is Tyga's mixtape, Fuck What They Talkin' About, and all I'm gonna say about this one is this: she a big girl dog when she's stimulated. She's a big girl dog when she's stimulated. Starting the bottom 3 off is Lil Wayne's mixtape, No Ceilings 2. And I don't care what anyone says, man. I think Lil Wayne has fallen off at this point right here. The Free Weezy album was actually a step in the right direction, and I thought he was coming around and putting out a little bit of fire, because some of those songs were dope. But this shit right here was just brutal to me, man. He used to be one of the kings of mixtapes. He'd take a beat, get on it, and make it hotter than the original song, or at least make it as good as the original song. But on this one, nah, he took these songs and fucking demolished them. Not demolished them like, oh man, he killed it. He demolished them like he shit all over them and ruined it. I mean, even some of his fans were not a fan of this mixtape, man, and a lot of them are diehard. Like, he could take a shit on a plate and squash it into a wall and record it, and people would be like, oh man, Weezy is changing the game. Shit on a plate against the wall. Whew, that is heat. Now, the runner-up on this list, coming in at number 2, is Kid Ink's second entry. I'm talking about his album that just came out at the end of the year, Summer in the Winter. And simply put, this shit was even less creative and more generic than his other album, Full Speed. It was just really bad in my opinion. There wasn't anything on this that I really liked, and the whole thing just sounded like one long song split up into a bunch of tracks. No creativity, boring, and it already sounds outdated. It's almost like he put the shit out at the end of the year just to try to squeeze in to my personal list. Well, of course he doesn't know who I am or care what I think, but I'm just making a joke, damn it. Guess it wasn't very funny, but whatever. Eat a dick. And the number 1 worst hip-hop project of 2015, in my opinion, is Fetty Wap and French Montana's mixtape, Coke Zoo. This shit was just awful, man. I kind of liked some of the songs on Fetty Wap's debut because I know what he was going for, just some radio hits and singles. There's a couple bangers, some catchy hooks. It was alright, nothing great. But on this shit, man, he's terrible. He brings nothing of value on this mixtape, just a bunch of, yeah, babies. And then you got French Montana, who is one of the worst of all time on here, just auto-tune crooning about a bunch of bullshit. The production is stale. I rated this a 1.5 out of 5, which is one of the worst ratings I've ever given anything, and this one is deserving of the number 1 spot. It's horrible. But you guys can hit me up in the comment section to let me know what I missed. What are some other projects that are really bad? And if you like some of these, man, I'm open to discussing that with you. I mean, it's not going to change my list, but I do like hearing different opinions because that's what discussing music is all about as far as I'm concerned. We don't always got to agree, but we can still talk about what we like and what we don't like some civil people, damn it. We're not some cavemen. But that's just what I thought my worst for 2015. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. 10K right around the corner. Thank you for supporting, guys. 2016 is going to be even better. Wow!